Chosen one, slow down and tune in. This moment didn't find you by accident. You didn't pause here out of boredom, curiosity, or chance. Something higher guided your steps. A quiet pull in your spirit led you to this exact place, at this exact time. Because what's unfolding now was already written into your path. You feel it, don't you? Not with your mind, but with that deeper part of you. The ancient part. The knowing that doesn't need proof. As these words reach you, the atmosphere around your life is shifting. Something unseen is moving into position. You are standing on the edge of a supernatural breakthrough, one tied to provision, restoration, and divine recompense. This isn't random gain or sudden luck. It's a release that has been forming in silence, alignment, and spiritual preparation. Long before you sensed it, heaven was already arranging it. What's approaching you carries purpose. Not excess, but balance restored. Not chaos, but recompense. It's what was delayed finally catching up. For years, something has hovered around your life, waiting for the precise moment to emerge. And chosen one, that moment has arrived. Still your thoughts. Settle your breath. Something ordained is moving closer right now. A door is loosening. A name is surfacing. A blessing is already in motion, even as you listen. Let me speak to you beyond sound, beyond logic. What you're sensing, the pressure in your chest, the gentle pull beneath your ribs, the feeling that something long dormant is stirring, that's not imagination. That's alignment. That's heaven brushing against your reality, signaling that divine timing has stepped in. So breathe with intention. Because these next moments aren't just words. They carry weight. They carry confirmation. Every sign that's followed you recently, the repeating dreams, the sudden memories, the songs that feel uncomfortably specific, none of it has been coincidence. You've been prepared, repositioned, softened in places that once felt too wounded to trust again. I know this territory well. I've lived through seasons where a single scent, a phrase, or a passing moment cracked open time itself, where alignment whispered before it ever spoke clearly. That's how divine movement works. It nudges before it reveals. It prepares before it releases. And chosen one, if something in your spirit is resonating right now, if you feel that quiet yes rising inside you, take a moment to acknowledge it. You can do that simply by liking this message as a sign of agreement. And if you want to stay connected to these prophetic moments, if your spirit feels fed, guided, or awakened here, I invite you to subscribe. We are moving toward 5,000 chosen ones gathered in alignment. And if you're here now, it's because you're meant to be part of what's forming. This isn't just a channel. It's a meeting place for those who recognize timing when they feel it. Walk forward now with peace. Stay open. Stay aware. Stay aligned. What is meant for you is already on the way. And you didn't arrive here by accident. And something is confirming now. The years that felt like waiting weren't rejection. They weren't punishment. They weren't silence. They were alignment. Two hearts were being reshaped. Two timelines recalibrated. Two destinies strengthened so they could meet again without collapsing under old weight. You were forged through fire, learning how to love without disappearing. They were forged too, learning how to love without fear. Heaven never rushes what is meant to endure. What grows in divine timing carries a strength that human urgency can't replicate. Understand this. While you were surviving, they were searching. While you were healing, they were hoping. While you were learning how to breathe again, they were speaking your name into prayers no one ever heard. I've seen this truth play out in my own life. how distance can separate bodies, but not spirits. How real connection is written somewhere beyond logic, beyond memory, beyond control. They didn't forget you. They didn't replace you. They evolved. And now the path that once felt blocked by immaturity, wounds, timing, and circumstances neither of you could control has opened. This moment is intentional. You didn't stumble onto this message. You were led. And the energy between you and that person is waking again. Not as nostalgia, not as an echo, but as something alive, something present, something undeniable. Right now, somewhere, they felt a shift. They don't know why their chest tightened, why an ache surfaced, why a familiar pull returned without explanation. But you know, because you feel it too. Heaven is reconnecting what time tried to stretch apart, reweaving a thread that never fully broke, speaking your names together where human ears cannot hear. And listen carefully. This next part isn't metaphor. It's direction. A sign is coming. A message. A moment. It may look small on the surface, but it will carry the weight of 10 years. You'll recognize it instantly, not through logic, but through resonance. Your heart will know before your mind has time to catch up. When it happens, you'll feel a pause, not in the world, but in your spirit, like heaven itself taking a breath with you. That pause is confirmation. I don't say this lightly. I know what it feels like when destiny circles back. When someone from your past returns, not as who they were, but as who they became. In my own life, someone resurfaced not out of curiosity, not for validation, but because they couldn't escape the pull. I resisted at first, questioned it, tried to rationalize it away. But alignment doesn't ask permission. When the timing locks in, denial becomes impossible. That's where you are now, chosen one. Your names have already been spoken together in the unseen. The connection between you has begun to glow again. Your spirit feels it rising. Their spirit feels it calling. Heaven is ready. So don't rush. Don't retreat. Stay present. What comes next won't shake you with fear, but with recognition. After 10 years, the circle is closing. The conditions are set. The timing is ripe. And what was written into your destiny is beginning to unfold. They felt the space you left behind like a skipped beat in their chest. Even when they told themselves they had moved on, heaven would not allow their soul to forget. What is written by God cannot be erased by time. The sensations you've been experiencing lately, the sudden memories, the dreams that feel unusually real, the way certain songs hit deeper than before, those aren't emotional coincidences. They are spiritual signals, markers placed along the path. Heaven is stirring both of you at the same moment, reawakening something that never ended, only rested. I've experienced this pull myself, the kind that shows up in the most ordinary moments. Washing dishes, walking through a store, standing still for no reason at all. And suddenly your chest tightens, and you know something is shifting. That's exactly where you are now, chosen one. And here is what heaven wants you to understand clearly. What is approaching your life is not a return to the past. It is the fulfillment of a promise. Heaven is not bringing back the same version of that person. And heaven is not returning you to who you once were. You've changed. They've changed. What once shattered you can no longer touch you. What once confused you has lost its power. This reunion is not emotional. It is ordained. It carries purpose, not nostalgia. Listen carefully now. The unseen is already in motion. Angels are working quietly behind the scenes, adjusting circumstances, softening hearts, removing resistance, creating space. You may not see the movement yet, but your spirit recognizes it. That restlessness you've felt, that calm that arrived without explanation, that quiet anticipation sitting beneath your days. These are signs of divine timing. Heaven always signals before it reveals. In the days ahead, stay aware. You may notice their name unexpectedly. A song may surface from a memory you thought was gone. A wave of emotion may rise that doesn't match the moment you're in. This is not chance. This is alignment. And when the sign appears, don't retreat from it. I know your instinct may be to protect yourself, to guard old wounds, but this time is different. There is clarity now, not confusion. There is peace beneath the movement, not fear. There will be a moment, quiet yet undeniable, when your heart recognizes them before your thoughts catch up. And you'll know something sacred is returning. I can tell you this from experience. When a divine connection comes back into alignment, it doesn't feel like longing. It feels like recognition, like your spirit finally releasing a breath it's been holding, like something gently settling back into place. That is what's moving toward you. This next chapter isn't about reviving an old flame. It's about alignment with someone whose soul was always woven into yours. Someone whose journey shaped them to meet you as you are now. Someone who had to lose you to learn how to honor you. Someone who had to break so they could return healed. And heaven is making this clear. The timing is now. Breathe this in. You're not just hearing words. You are standing at a convergence point where destiny, spirit, and timing meet. Something significant is already in motion. The cycle that opened 10 years ago is closing, and what was written into your path is moving closer. As we go deeper, allow your awareness to rise, because what comes next isn't information, it's confirmation. The sensations you've felt, the pressure in your chest, the subtle awareness that something is approaching. This is heaven preparing the space around your life. Nothing is accidental now. Not your thoughts, not your emotions, not this timing. The reason memories have resurfaced so vividly is because the spiritual thread between you and this person is being reactivated. A thread that never snapped, only stretched. Divine connections don't disappear. They rest until the appointed hour. And that hour is beginning to open. That heightened sensitivity you've felt. Why certain names, dates, or places suddenly stir something deep. Why you feel like you're standing on the edge of something you can't fully explain. That's your soul responding to movement in the unseen. I learned this the hard way and the beautiful way. When heaven prepares a reunion, the heart senses it long before the mind understands it. I remember moments when peace would suddenly flood my chest for no visible reason, only to learn later that the person I was thinking of had been thinking of me at that exact time. Spiritual bonds respond across distance, silence, and years. That's what's happening now. The person who has carried this connection for a decade is feeling the same pull. They may not have language for it. They may not fully understand it yet, but their spirit remembers. Through dreams, through sudden emotion, through moments that stop them without explanation. Angels are aligning paths, clearing resistance, easing old wounds, guiding both of you toward a meeting that will feel impossibly precise, divinely placed, and unmistakable. Heaven isn't just opening a door. Heaven is walking you through it. And if these years felt lonely, if love felt delayed, if nothing else ever settled, it wasn't rejection. It was protection. Heaven would not allow your heart to attach where destiny wasn't present. This reunion isn't about romance alone. It's about assignment, not fantasy, but alignment. Not nostalgia, but purpose. As you listen, can you feel it? That subtle tightening. That quiet awareness drawing closer. That's destiny preparing the heart before revealing the blessing. Remember this truth. Heaven does not revive what it has discarded. If this connection is returning, it was preserved, not rejected. Paused, not canceled. Protected, not forgotten. Breathe deeply. The coming days may bring signs so precise they feel supernatural. A date, a message, a moment that lands with startling clarity. Don't dismiss them. Heaven often speaks through what's familiar. When it happens, your spirit will know instantly. It will feel like time folding inward, like something whispering, "This is it." Your spirit already knows. Your heart already recognizes what's approaching. You are not waiting. You are aligning. Not hoping. You are being prepared. Not imagining. You are awakening. And soon, what has been moving in the unseen will become impossible to deny. Let every word settle now. Something is shifting around you. Quietly, gently, unmistakably. Chosen one, let this settle in your spirit. You are not imagining this connection reawakening. You are not regressing. You are responding to alignment. What is unfolding now has been protected by heaven itself. That is why it could not be rushed. That is why it could not be forced. And that is why nothing truly replaced it. In the coming days, you may notice subtle confirmations, small synchronicities, timelines overlapping, names appearing, paths crossing unexpectedly. Do not chase them. Do not question them. Simply stay open. Heaven does not require effort, only readiness. And here is the final instruction for you tonight. If this message stirred your spirit, pause and like this video. That action is not random. It is agreement. It is you anchoring what your spirit already knows. If you feel this channel speaks directly to your journey, subscribe now. This space is being built for those walking through divine timing, awakenings, and reunions that heaven itself is orchestrating. We are moving toward 5,000 subscribers, and every person who joins strengthens the reach of these messages. Somewhere, another chosen one is in the middle of their waiting season, and this may be the confirmation they've been praying for. If this spoke to you, share it. And before you leave, write this in the comments as a declaration. I am ready. I trust the timing. Chosen one. The air has already shifted. The thread is tightening. The moment is approaching. And heaven never prepares without intention. Stay aligned. Stay open. What was preserved is now returning. Chosen one. Let this truth anchor itself in you now. Recognition is not loud. It does not shout. It settles. It arrives as certainty without explanation. That is why what you are feeling carries peace instead of urgency. Heaven never rushes what is protected. Heaven moves with precision. What is drawing near is not coming to test you. It is coming to meet you. Not to reopen wounds, but to reveal why they healed the way they did. Not to repeat cycles, but to complete an assignment. You are standing in a moment where resistance would feel heavy, but surrender feels natural. That is how you know this is divine. Fear has lost its grip. Confusion has loosened. Your spirit is no longer bracing. It is opening. And understand this deeply. When heaven aligns two souls, the meeting does not depend on effort. It depends on readiness. That is why you were refined. That is why you were stretched. That is why solitude became sacred instead of lonely. Heaven was quieting you so you could recognize peace when it arrived. You do not need to search. You do not need to prepare words. You do not need to imagine outcomes. What is meant for you will arrive with clarity. What is aligned will feel familiar without being heavy. What is ordained will not ask you to abandon yourself. Chosen one, stay present in the days ahead. The smallest moments may carry the greatest confirmation. A message, a name, a crossing of paths, a sudden stillness that tells you without telling you, and when it happens, you will not doubt. Your spirit will simply say, "This is it." Because recognition has a soundless voice, and your soul already knows it. Chosen one, heaven has begun lighting the way between you and this person. What once felt unclear is now slowly coming into focus. The haze that surrounded the connection is lifting. Barriers that stood in the way are dissolving quietly, almost without notice. People who once distracted them are fading out of their life. Circumstances that kept them stuck are loosening their grip. Every path that led them away from you is being gently shut down. This is how divine alignment works. It doesn't arrive as chaos. It arrives as rearrangement. And right now, both of your timelines are being adjusted to meet. Let me speak honestly with you for a moment. There was a season in my own life when I felt this same inner pull. I woke up one day knowing something had shifted, even though nothing around me had changed. It was calm, but powerful. Peaceful, yet intense. Like standing at the threshold of something new, without knowing what came next. Not long after, someone from my past returned. Transformed, healed, purposeful in ways I never expected. That moment taught me a truth I've never forgotten. Heaven moves in the spirit before it ever shows up in the physical. And that is exactly what is happening for you now. Chosen one, this person isn't just thinking about you. They are awakening to the realization that you were never a passing chapter. You were the one connection that time couldn't erase. What they felt wasn't coincidence or emotion. It was destiny, a divine imprint placed on their heart. They may have tried to move on. They may have met others, attempted to heal, convinced themselves they were finished with the past. But the heart cannot forget what heaven plants, and heaven planted you deeply. Now they're being drawn back with a force they can't explain. They keep seeing your name, your birthday, songs tied to you, places you once mentioned, words you used to say. Too many alignments to ignore. They're beginning to understand this isn't memory playing tricks. It's direction. And you, chosen one, haven't been untouched either. You've had dreams that feel familiar, moments of unexpected peace, numbers repeating around you, a quiet anticipation resting in your chest, not anxious, but certain. These aren't meant to confuse you. They're meant to prepare you, because this reunion isn't just emotional. It's intentional. It's connected to your purpose, your growth, your calling. This person carries something your journey requires, and you carry something they cannot access without you. You were never meant to walk alone forever. You were meant to walk in alignment. Heaven isn't rushing this. Heaven is readying you for it. And preparation always comes with confirmation. In the days ahead, you may feel sudden peace for no obvious reason. You may sense their presence in your spirit. You may feel warmth around your heart. Pay attention. These are signals. Heaven's quiet way of saying, stay aware, you're close. And when they return, and they will, it won't feel frightening. It will feel familiar. It will feel true. It will feel like destiny. Chosen one, as this final stage unfolds, listen beyond your ears. What you're stepping into now isn't just another message or comforting moment. It's the culmination of years of preparation. Scattered signs are coming together. Loose threads are forming meaning. The unseen is beginning to reveal itself. That subtle sensation in your chest, that feeling of standing on the edge of something unnamed, that peaceful awareness that something is moving toward you. These aren't emotions. They are confirmations. You've entered the season of fulfillment. For 10 years, heaven has guarded a connection that was never meant to disappear, only to mature. The silence, the distance, the unanswered prayers were not wasted time. They were sacred preparation. You were growing. They were awakening. You were healing hidden wounds. They were learning truths they once ignored. Heaven knew that meeting too soon would have caused harm. But now both souls are ready. They're moving through a season they can't explain. Their emotions feel deep yet gentle. They're drawn toward something familiar but unseen. They're having dreams that feel more real than dreams. Encounters without faces, comfort without clarity, preparation before recognition. They may try to dismiss it, but destiny doesn't fade. Every attempt to turn away is met with another sign. And you've felt it too. Moments of unexpected softness, memories that surface without pain, a sense of being guided. These are spiritual echoes. When reunion approaches, souls begin to resonate again. Spirits reconnect long before bodies do. I've lived this myself. It began quietly, almost imperceptibly. Then it grew clearer, calmer, undeniable. When it finally arrived, the timing was so precise I knew it could only be divine. That experience taught me something sacred. Destiny speaks to the soul first. The world responds afterward. That's what's happening now. Heaven isn't preparing you for emotion. It's preparing you for purpose. You hold a key they need. They hold one you need. The roads you walked alone strengthened you. The roads they walked humbled them. Now heaven is ready to merge paths, not to repeat the past, but to build what comes next. What's forming carries growth, clarity, elevation, and divine timing. Heaven doesn't revive what was broken. Heaven fulfills what was promised. Right now, unseen forces are at work, realigning schedules, guiding conversations, opening doors, closing others. Every door that shut recently did so on purpose. Heaven is narrowing their path until the direction becomes unavoidable. And that direction leads back to you. As this moment draws near, the signs may increase. Numbers repeating, intuition sharpening, dreams that leave your heart full. These are meant to help you receive without doubt. When the moment arrives, you won't question it. Your spirit will recognize it instantly. Calm, steady, assured. It will feel familiar because on a soul level, you've already been there. Destiny always prepares the soul before it reveals itself to the mind. Hear this truth deeply. The 10-year search is ending, not because time ran out, but because the appointed moment has arrived. What's coming isn't incomplete or unresolved. It's fulfillment, restoration, alignment. You're not walking toward a person. You're walking toward destiny, and destiny is already moving toward you. This isn't the end of a message. It's the beginning of a shift. Something within you has awakened. Heaven is confirming that you are standing in your divinely appointed moment. What once felt like silence was alignment. What felt like loss was preservation. What felt like distance was preparation. You're standing at the threshold of restoration, not of the past, but of something refined, mature, elevated. You don't need to chase. You don't need to force. What is meant for you is already in motion. Every delay is becoming purpose. Every closed door is becoming direction. Every quiet year is becoming fertile ground. Walk forward with peace, with reverence, with expectancy. What is meant for you cannot miss you. What is aligned with you cannot be taken, and what has been searching for you is being guided home. Your appointed time has arrived.